Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we're moving on to relationship goals for couples. And just as I did for the singles, that you should love yourself, appreciate who you are wonderful. I just want to take that opportunity to congratulate all of you who are couples on this platform. Maybe your wife is not here, your husband is not here, some other part of the world. Congratulations. If you've been married for a year to 20 to 30 to 40 years, congratulations. It's not easy to be with somebody who is different from the one that with you yourself, the way you've been raised and brought forth. It's not easy. Some of the relationship goals that you should have as a couple, I have 10 that I'm going to talk about. The first one is that because we're still Christians, we are basing our facts on what the Bible teaches us. The Bible teaches us that what God has put together, let no man put asunder. Please, if you are you are already in this relationship, you know that as a Christian, you are not supposed to divorce, because the Lord has put you and your spouse or your partner together as one. And he does not want anything bad to happen to you. He wants good things. But at the end of this one, I'm also going to talk about divorce, which usually we as Christians, we do not want to talk about divorce. We think, oh, everything is so good. Everything is well. Even when something is happening to you that you feel you are not secure, you still continue to stay in the relationship. Oh, let's pray about it. Oh, let's pray about it. Things that we have to use our common sense, we are still in the relationship. So I will talk about that later on. The last thing I'll talk about will be divorce. So please, if you are married, make sure that you are not supposed to separate the guy that you are married to, the woman that you are married to. You must have a goal. You must have an aim that I am going to stay connected, to stay glued to this woman till death do us part. It is for better and for worse. And not all the worst. Some of the worst, you need to get out. Use common sense and then you get out. But it is for better, for worse. Maybe during question time, we will dig deeper into the better things and then the worst things. One other relationship goal that you must have as a couple is that you need to sustain your relationship. You need to put things in place to make sure that your relationship is sustained. If you see couples whose marriages are working, who have been in marriages for more than a year, it's not easy. 2 years, 5 years, 10, 20, 50 and above, because it is not easy to be able to relate and cohabitate with each other. It's not easy. So you need to do things that are going to make your relationship sustain. That should be a relationship goal that you must have. And how do you do this? I'm going to share something that I do with my husband. One thing that we do it every year during our anniversary. We started with doing this. Our counselor taught us. We have a little book that we put in some of the things that we really have loved and liked throughout the past year, and then things that we wish that we can work on. We sit down, apart from all the celebrations that we have, we sit down and then we work on them. Oh, this went well, this didn't go well. What can we do to improve upon it? When you have this, your marriage is going to, or your relationship is going to be sustained. You need to put in hard work. Yeah, you always make sure that you are on time at the workplace. You are doing things to make sure that you are schooling to upgrade yourself, promotions and other things. You are always making sure that you are doing in-service training and all those things. The same thing that you need to do for your marriage, just like what you guys have organized here. To be able to have such a talk is so classic, and you need it. So the next goal that I want to talk about, which is the third one, is you must have a relationship goal called love language. If you do not know what love language is, that will be a talk for another day, or any other time. I must say that I also have a YouTube channel, so you can check later on with Mommy. I will give the link to her, and then she can share it with you on the platform, and then you have a lot of videos to watch and adapt to your relationship. Love language is something that you do to your lover, to your husband, to your wife, or to your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your fiance, that the partner sees it as so lovely. I'm not talking about only kisses, only touches, only sex. No, there are so many types of love languages. We have 5 love languages. I'm not going to go deep into it. That's not the topic for today. Me, for instance, let me share this. Me, for instance, I'm somebody who loves gifts. I'm somebody who loves, I love touches. I'm somebody who also loves you to do something for me. And when you do that for me, especially my husband, when he does something that for me, I see it as very, 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 very lovely and romantic of him. And so when we talk about love languages, you need to really, 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 really understand. I remember it was Valentine's Day, and I always want flowers. Not from anybody. I'm talking about my husband, because you're talking about couples. So it was a Valentine's Day, and it was a Sunday. And that Sunday too, my husband he traveled at dawn. He came to Worcester, I think. So he came there. I couldn't come. It was COVID. I couldn't come. And so he went and then came, I think, late in the evening. And it was a surprise. I was really not expecting it, but he brought the bouquet of flowers, and I was so surprised. So please, if you're a couple here, you must have a goal in your mind that you really want to know what triggers, that's the word, what triggers the love of your partner apart from sex. We are always talking about sex. Sex is not everything in the relationship. The kisses, the holding of hands, yes, they are good. They are good. We will talk about it. Then we are moving on straight to the number 4, which is keep the romance. Always make sure that your romance is always on point in the relationship. Yes, at this stage. So most of the time, if you're not careful, young members do not really have time for themselves. If we will be true to ourselves, this is the prime time of your age. You are working. Some of you are working 2, 3 jobs to make sure that you put food on the table, to make sure that you meet each other at a point, meet each other halfway, to make sure that you are investing your money. So you may not really have the time for each other. Please have time and let the relationship be, the romance in your relationship be on point. Surprise your partners. Give them gifts. When you know their love languages, please work on that. Go on vacation. Maybe you cannot even spend a week outside, a month outside. It can be just one day. Even the one day, it can be just 1 hour. Make time for yourself. Please have time for yourself, because when the kids still keep coming in, life is not going to be the same as you. You're going to lose a lot of privileges. So have time for yourself and keep the romance. Number 5, relationship goal that you should have as a couple is plan for kids, plan for children. If it is possible, plan for kids or plan for children. In this part of the world, no relationship goal that he or she has before coming into the relationship. I don't really want to have kids. I want to marry, all right. I want to enjoy my relationship with my husband, with my wife. I don't want kids. So with that, you must go in for somebody who share the same view or common goals with you, so that there wouldn't be problems, misunderstanding cropping in and out on that. How many kids do you want to have? In case you are blessed, how do you want the kids to be raised? How do you want them to be brought up as Christian couples? These are things that you have to consider before you start giving birth as couple. The sixth relationship goal for you couples is that keep respect and trust intact. You have already respected yourself. If you are going into a relationship, please respect yourself and respect your partner. We have a lot of issues that are cropping up in marriages that most men do not respect their wives. You go to social media, you go on YouTube, you have a lot of things that are like that. Respect yourself and respect your partner. We should submit to our husbands. Not that we should submit to our husbands disrespecting us. No. Not that we should respect our husbands slapping us. No. Not that we should respect our husbands trampling upon our rights or whatever, mistreating us, maltreating us, abusing us. No. But submit to the love of your husband. That is the love. So there's no way that you want to submit to somebody who is abusing you. No. So please respect yourself and keep the trust. Please, you need to work hand in hand to make sure that you keep the trust. Keep the trust and then build on our trust. The next one is relationship goal as a couple is transparent communication. At this time of our modernity, there are a lot of people who are keeping a lot of things from their husbands. If you are one, the relationship goal number one was that you are one, nothing should separate the two of you. Please, you don't make things transparent. You're always keeping things in this closet. You're keeping things in this closet. You're keeping things in this bag. You're keeping things here. Your relationship is going to be shaky. It's going to be shaky. So please, transparency in communication. If you are going to A, tell her that I'm going to A. If you are going to QWA, tell him that you are going to QWA. Going here, and then it turns out that you went there. I mean, it doesn't add up. Be transparent with your communication. Be transparent with everything, please. Then the next one is that have a fair misunderstanding. Have fair misunderstanding. Every relationship has issues. Especially when you are beginning, you get to some stage, you become so used to each other. You know everything. So, I mean, those misunderstanding and arguments, they don't crop in again. But if you are on this line and you are having such misunderstanding, please let it be fair. We are in a developed country. You don't want to be in a relationship that you are being abused or something. Please, to stretch your hands, to pull a gun, to take a knife or whatever extremes. Please. At this point, please, whatever you do, your kids are watching you as a couple. Please, if it is arguments, be fair. Be fair. If you really have a bad character, if you really have a bad trait, please make sure that you are celebrating your anniversary and you heard this and you're going to make a turnaround, a change in what you do. The ninth one is that have a financial stability. A relationship goal is financial stability. One of the key causes of divorce in America is financial misunderstandings. Finances, these things, you cheated here. You are not being faithful with your money. The money is supposed to be here. Don't touch it. With a lot of things. You understand? So please, there came a time some year back in Maryland when I heard about a guy, a black person shooting the lady because they had filed their taxes and the guy had hidden some of the money and some, the lady, no, the guy has hidden some of the money and that the lady was making inquiries, and how dare she to make inquiries, and then he shot her to death. So please, let's be careful about that. Now the next and the last one, which is the 10th one before we move on to our questions, is that in your relationship goals, you must talk about divorce. And this is something that as Christians, I've been a minister's wife for some time now. A lot of people do not want to talk about divorce. Hey, after divorce, we always have to pray about it. Even if I think everything is not going on well, just put it to prayer and God is going to answer you. Yes, God is going to have a relationship with us, but we must also use our common sense. We have a lot of abusive relationships that are going on. If you find yourself in a relationship, God says we are one. But if you find yourself in an abusive relationship, you find yourself with somebody who doesn't want to change whatever attitude and fix it, please get out of the relationship. Don't be doing and then get diseases and then die and leave your children. I just want to put it on record that, listen, if you are in an abusive relationship, your husband is abusing you, you are either way, you may be also abusing the person, whether it is physical, whether it is emotional, whether it is psychological, mentally, whatever. Listen, it affects your children mentally. The way your children see you, he or she is going to do the same thing. He or she is going to yell at the wife or the husband. He or she is going to mistreat the other couple, the other partner, sorry. He's going to do the same thing to them when he or she gets married, because he saw the immediate mentor, the mom and the dad, always doing that. So he thought, oh, it's part of life. So we have to be careful about the way we go about that. Please, I'm done and open for your questions. Thank you so much.